Okay, about 5 months ago, I started Revolution Washington page here on TikTok, and it has taken on a life of its own. The reason I started it was simple. It was basically to have a conversation with people from both sides of the aisle so we could meet in the middle and recognize that we all pretty much want the same things as a structure in this country. And I think one of the biggest problems we have today is the political blindness and the political dedication and the years of one side or the other seeming like they were being attacked or whatever, or wrongfully or rightfully, whatever, has bubbled up into this anger to where the other side just has to be shut out. Oh, you voted for this person, boom, I'm not friends with you anymore, I don't want to talk to you anymore, and you're, I can't hear you, la 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 la. All of that bullshit. But the bottom line is, this is where we need to start our conversations. This is where, as Americans, we need to understand that what we are doing right now by shutting off conversation, by shutting off communication, and essentially thinking we know it all because one group of people say so. Many occasions it's one person saying so. We need to understand that we may be wrong. We all say politicians are full of shit. We all say all of Washington is corrupt. We all say that we want real people in representing us in the House, in the Senate, in the presidency. We all say that. And we're right. We are all right. The problem is when we place our votes, we see that vote as the person who's always right. And the other vote that we didn't choose is the person who's always wrong. And you know how arrogant that is? Do you know how ignorant that is? Do you know how un-American that is? Because the bottom line, the person that was running against our vote, they got votes too. They got a lot of votes, or they wouldn't have been in the race. So they know something too. They're not always wrong. You may not agree with them on a lot of things, but the bottom line is they probably want many of the things that you want. There's a lot of stuff that both sides agree with, but the execution on how to make it happen, they don't agree with. Well, great. Let's start this way. Take all this stuff that we agree with and be happy about that and recognize that person you've been yelling at for 5 years actually agrees with you on some of the most important stuff that you agree with. So are they really stupid? Or they just disagree on one section of what you think? That's much better, right? They don't seem like the enemy that much that way when you think about it from that perspective, do they? They seem like just someone you disagree with about something small. Or maybe it's bigger to you, but the bottom line is you agree with them on the most important parts. So what's wrong with recognizing that? What's wrong with being okay with that? What's wrong with letting that diffuse some of the bullshit anger we've been carrying around since 2015 for some reason, or earlier? What's wrong with recognizing that? We are human. We make mistakes. I voted for people who turned out to be total scumbags. I believed in women that I dated that I thought were angels and turned out to be evil. We're all heroes in some stories, and we're all villains in others. You don't think that applies to you? You don't think that applies to your choice in politician? Maybe you are an idiot. Just kidding. The fact of the matter is, you're probably just misled. You probably just drink different flavor Kool-Aid as everyone else. That's your choice. Some people like orange Kool-Aid. Some people don't. The fact of the matter is, we're all Americans, and we all need to start acting like it. So let's start having these conversations, even the tough ones. Even when you want to scream at somebody, don't. Have a conversation with them. You disagree with that person. Respectful conversations. That's what I'm trying to be about. That's what I want Revolution Washington to be. If you see these creators on TikTok, on YouTube, the creators that you really enjoy, the creators that you connect with, the creators you agree with, follow them on other platforms. You can follow me at the YouTube station. All right, that's Revolution Washington on YouTube. Same with Instagram, Revolution Washington. Hell, I even have a Cash App that's Revolution Washington if you would support that way. But the bottom line is we need to start giving the voices we agree with a little bit more of a boost. We need to help them get to that plateau so they can educate others. But we need to have conversations, even with people that we don't necessarily agree with. We need to try and understand. Even if it's just giving them the opportunity to prove themselves to be totally psychotic assholes. We need to leave that door open. Because more than not, they'll surprise you. Just gotta let them. And just like we feel defensive when we hear liberals, demon rats, libtards, MAGA, maggots, magassholes, all those little monikers we like to throw around. It's not how you start a conversation. America first. Country before party. Respecting the person you're talking to. Whether you disagree with them or agree with them, it doesn't matter. Respect them, because they're Americans too, just like you, and their opinion actually means the same amount as yours, whether you like it or not. And their vote is the same weight as your vote. Doesn't matter if you get out of a Mercedes or get off a skateboard, your vote's the same. Just keep that in mind when politics wants to lead you to be mean to somebody, be disrespectful to somebody, or disregard somebody's thoughts because the color hat they wear or the gold sneakers they just bought for $400 freaking dollars that cost $20 in China. Doesn't matter, because they did all that stuff because they believe in what they believe in. That's their freedom. And me not liking it is my freedom. Doesn't mean I have to kick their ass or they have to kick mine over it. It's freedoms. The freedom of choice, the freedom of speech, the freedom of life is what we should be concerned about. So God bless. Stay diligent, stay educated, and be kind. We are all in this together, whether we like it or not, whether we believe it or not. We better start acting like it.